So one of the first mattresses I did try, quite a long time ago now, was the Eve Mattress. Now, I didn't really get on with it that much. I did send it back at that point. It was kind of comfortable, but then in memory foam fashion kind of got hard as you're laying on it. The other major problem I had was it was smelling for a prolonged period of time, more than the first couple of days, which is a worry. You know, it means you're getting a vapor, a chemical vapor basically from it, and so I wasn't happy about that. I just sent it back. Seems they've evolved and they've really changed, and I have to say it is a totally different mattress from when I tried it when it originally came out. So it came out October 2014. Well, that's when the company started, Eve Sleep Limited, who are now Eve Sleep PLC. So it must be doing quite well. At that point, it was a totally different mattress. It was a 4 centimeter layer of latex. Under that was 4 centimeters of memory foam. And under that was the 17 centimeter base. They then went on to swap out that latex top. And of course, latex, you know, there comes to the market, you know, trying to put together something that's quite premium. Latex being premium, 4 centimeters, that's a decent, you know, slab of foam for a latex. They then swapped that out, put a memory foam on top, 4 centimeters. Under that, they had the polyfoam, 4 centimeters. And under that, they had the base layer. Then they went on to change that from a 4 centimeters memory foam on top to 3 centimeters under that polyfoam and the base layer. And now we've got, well, just 3 centimeters memory foam, 3 centimeters of polyfoam, and your base layer under that. They do have quite a big base layer, given the size of the other layers, which is, so you've got 6 centimeters of the comfort support layers, the polyfoam and the memory foam. And then you've got 18 centimeters of your base layer, which is quite a lot. I mean, handy if you're not going to put it on much of a base anyway, but don't put it on you know, if you're going to put it on the floor, then it's quite handy. It's a decent sized base, but you shouldn't really put a mattress on the floor because for hygiene, it's not going to get any air circulation. But why is it interesting? So I'm trying it again because the materials are actually quite decent spec. So the memory foam is 75 kilo density. Now that's pretty good. On these other mattresses where they've got, you know, these 3-layer configurations, the memory foam layer is normally about 56 kilo per cubic meters. 75 kilos per cubic meter is getting on for a premium. You know, the higher end are like 90 kilos per cubic meter when you start getting your orthopedic mattresses. So, and density being important because it shows it's going to have longevity down the line. The layer under that, which is your polyfoam, is standard 56 kilo per cubic meter, and then you've got a big base. And it's interesting because the big problem with the one I had was that the smell just didn't go. And it's now certipur certified, which means it's certified to have low volatile organic compounds, which are the chemicals that you smell, some of which are harmless and just smell, some of which are actually can be quite harmful, but you know, would be regulated, and they can only have a certain level in a mattress by UK EU law. But it goes further. The certipur certification is even stricter than that. So according to the certification, it's a good quality foam with low volatile organic compounds, whether you can smell it or not. You know, you can, you should be safe that you're not getting much, if any, in the way of off-gassing. Still give it an airing when you get it out. Don't sleep on it for the first 48 hours. They do different versions per country. So this, of course, is the UK version. And according to UK fire regulations, it will have chemicals added to the foam. They sell all over Europe and they sell in the USA. Now, the spec within Europe looks the same on paper, but the UK mattress is, they are a London-based company. In the UK, it's manufactured in the UK, sold within the UK. In the EU, I'm not quite sure where it's sourced from, but my understanding is it's sourced from within the EU. I don't know if it's within the specific country you're buying from, but the specs are about the same. They have the same size, densities the same size in layers. So it looks like across the EU, wherever you buy, whatever I tell you it feels like to me in my review, it's going to be pretty consistent. Now, the USA is a different kettle of fish. They say the USA market prefers a softer feeling mattress. In the UK, they prefer a firmer feeling mattress. Kind of flies in the face of all these companies with their online marketing saying one mattress can suit almost everybody. You know, now they say not only does it not suit everybody, it differs by country. Now, in the USA, whereas the UK one is the comfort layers, the support layers, 6 centimeters. The USA, they're bigger, so you've actually got a 2-inch. So these are like 1.1 inch each layer. It's 2 inches on the top and 1 inch under that. So the 2 inch of the memory foam, 1 inch of the polyfoam. But the specs are really different. So you've only got 40 kilo density on your memory foam and the 48 kilo density for the polyfoam. So on paper, without knowing what the ILDs are and the actual firmness ratings, on paper that's going to feel much softer. But those lower densities down the line is also going to affect the longevity. You've got less material there that you're lying on, so you'd expect it to sag or retain your shape permanently in a shorter period of time. I don't know if that's the case or not, I can't say. I'm just saying on paper that they are very different. So I'm reviewing the UK one. If you're in the USA, it's going to be much softer and the materials are totally different. So it is very different, whereas in my UK one will be similar across the EU. Now I have to say, I'm saying how different it is from the beginning and how it's different in the UK and how it's different in the US. If you read up on the website and read their literature, they will say, well, it's evolved because they've now sold 75,000 mattresses and they're learning what people really want and it's evolving all the way. It's nothing to do with cost cutting, the fact that latex is more expensive, blah, blah, blah. Look, these are decent specs. It's just that they've lowered how much of the material you're using, 3 centimeters, obviously 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters, like in the old days, would have been preferable, but more expensive. But, it is interesting because it's a decent memory foam and I've not really used one that's a decent spec and still has that isn't an all-in-one memory foam mattress. So on paper it looks interesting because of the memory foam and because it's said to be more responsive than normal memory foam and because it's certipured, low off-gassing, low smells, should be peace of mind. Something to note if you live in a block of flats, I was surprised the email about delivery said it's UPS and it's a door-to-door service. Now, I've had UPS in the past and they brought it up a flight of stairs. They're saying if you live in a block of flats, they will only deliver to your front door. Whether that's been over the top strict in what they're saying and the driver will still bring it up, I don't know, or if it depends on the size of the mattress. I mean, single is not really much of a problem. But bear in mind, they are saying in that email it's expected door-to-door service, which means in a block of flats, the front door to the flats. So of course it's a bed in a box, mattress in a box type mattress. It comes vacuum packed in this size box, no matter what size the mattress. But yes, it's a 100-night trial, but you can try it in stores. So, when they all started, we don't sell in stores, blah, blah, blah. But okay, so now more of them are going, like Simba is with John Lewis. You can try this mattress in Debenhams and Phoenix. And so if there's one near you, before you buy, even that's 100-night trial, just bear in mind you can go and try it. One of the things that I found interesting was, whereas they normally have a maximum weight that they specify for the mattress before you start losing its properties, they actually state the 114 kilo maximum weight, but if there's 2 of you, they double it to 228 kilo, which makes a lot of sense, but I don't see other people doing that, so I'm not quite sure why they're saying it. Maybe they're just being more logical, so that was interesting. Anyway, going to get on and unbox it, take off that top cover. By the way, the top cover is washable, which machine washable at 40 degrees, which is also quite rare. And also the branding. it's nice to see a mattress that isn't grey and white on top. I think it's still white on top, but it's yellow around the top, around the sides. Now, some people have said it's a bit leery, it's a bit in your face, and they don't like it. I do like that sort of branding, something that stands out. But anyway, I'm going to get on, do the unboxing, rip the cover off, and have a quick look at the layers, and then it'll inflate. And then sometime down the line, I'm going to give you my thoughts on the mattress, and of course, I will also put it on my website at otzer.com, but sometime in the future I've got to give it a good trial and be fair to the mattress. So I'm going to do the unboxing. This is the toughest box I've had to open so far. Maybe I'm doing something silly, but the key seems to be pull the flap out. So I can't see any booklets or anything like that. I normally get some freebies, but I don't know, have they cut down on the freebies? Let's have a look. Oh, got magazine. The bedpost. So we've actually got a magazine, but nothing else. There is a lot of writing on this in the inside. See if I can open up later and take some pictures. It looks interesting, but on the inside, what's the point? Anyway, just have a quick look at what we got. It's obviously not instructions or anything like that. The bedpost off. What is this? Oh, it's, so welcome to Eve. This is a sheet of paper, it's not even stapled. Oh man. Okay, so we got welcome to the family, blah blah blah. No instructions. So it's all about the Eve, I think. It's like a newspaper, isn't it? It looks like some, I don't know. I don't know. Something more guide driven would be handy. So it doesn't look like there's anything of note in it. It's a big magazine. Eve loves Lozzie Designs. Lozzie, oh, are they selling some of their other products? Because they actually do their own bed base, which is a sprung slate base, kind of like you get in IKEA, but I think possibly a little bit more expensive. Yeah, so just some of the other stuff. They are selling a lot of accessories. Upselling, I guess what you call it, and I've noticed a lot of them doing that now, where they started with their one mattress. Casper now gone to do a second mattress. Somebody else has got, I saw the other day, was had a second mattress. You know, and then the bed linen, the bed bases, pillow. I think Eve do a child's mattress, and Simba are now doing. I can see airline seats, as advertised by Gareth Bell. But there you go. Right, unboxing. So there's the flappy bit that you normally pull off, is actually kind of glued down. You've got to pull that off first. So I'm trying to be careful not to cut the mattress, so I'm looking. This seems about the best place. And indeed, there it goes. So I put the bottom on the wrong way. So that's obviously the bottom. It's got flappy handles, which is really good. I like to see that, because it makes it easier to put, you know, this is not too bad, but if you've got like the king size and then some flappy handles, especially when you turn the mattress. I know you don't turn them over, but you should flip it around the other way every so often. you know, to minimise the areas where it remembers your shape. So that's the top side. So I do like the yellow branding. I also want to see, so it should be 24 centimeters inflated, and it's already 23, so not going to take long. Does it smell? Okay, can't smell anything. That's a good sign. The first Eve I had, it ponged, and I wasn't quite so aware at that point just how bad that it is. It tells you that you are breathing in organic compounds, possibly some nasty chemicals. But I can't smell anything from the go. So they have improved it. If you had an old Eve mattress, that is already, I can tell you, better. And yeah, I can't wait to try this. I do like that. The hand test, it says, yeah, that feels nice. So I'm going to have a look at the layers. Check it's the right way around. Always check it's the right way around. It does happen and it's the wrong way around. So the cover label says 100% polyester. I'm just scratching my head a little bit because the website says that it's partly elastane. They give it a brand name, but it's elastane is what it is. Maybe the top is different. In fact, there is another label there. It says hello on the label. It says hello. Can you believe it? Which is like I like that kind of branding, that kind of thought, you know. But I'd rather see a label that says washable, which is what they said. Also, nothing that says elastane. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to take its cover off. It does say 40-degree wash on here, so that's good. But I was expecting this cover to have some elastane, which I do like. It has a great feel. Yeah, it is stretchy, which is what you'd expect if it did have. But if it doesn't have another label, it's polyester. So there's no other labels. That is 100% polyester then, apparently. No, nothing else. So, yeah, look, it's not a deal breaker, is it? But I'm a bit disappointed because, you know, it's a little bit more upmarket with the elastane. Not upmarket, but it's not. It gives it that stretchy feeling. It's basically like Lycra, which is another brand name. But this is just polyester. They don't update their websites enough, these people. They are constantly changing them, but there's nothing to suggest that's anything but 100% polyester. Little chunk gone from the memory foam, yeah? Oh, apparently that was me. That was me when I just pulled it. Already a little bit gone, so that's not great, is it? Got to be really careful when you grab hold, which is why you've got the handles underneath. You don't want your foam flaking off. I'm gutted about that, actually. Now, I have to say, that is a highly responsive memory foam, if that's really memory foam. Well, of course it's memory foam, they said it's memory foam, but it's not like a memory foam I've tried before. Okay, a little bit memory foam, but that's incredibly responsive for a memory foam, I have to say. So I wonder if it's a true memory foam in the sense, I'll find out. Interesting. I look forward to trying this, but you can see that's all you've got on the top. You've got your base layer, and that's actually quite soft. There's a lot of give in there, actually. I'm quite surprised. So that, although the specs were like a 33 kilo density for the base layer, the firmness isn't what I expect, which is a good thing because it makes it easier to match up with the base. So that would make it overall feel a little bit softer, if that's the case, it's truly a softer base. And you could put it on another firm base or their own sprung slates and really change the feel, whether you want it to feel firm or not. Because if you've got a firm base already in the mattress, of course there's not much you can really do. This sprung slates will help a little bit to make it feel a little bouncy and give the impression of being softer. But yeah, and obviously it's got to inflate, but on a visual look, the memory foam looks a little bit smaller in depth than the polyfoam. Well, of course, if it being memory foam, it would take longer to come to its shape. What we take at the moment, we're yeah, I mean, there's a couple of centimeters to go, and that's nearly 3 centimeters. Well, it is already nearly 3 centimeters. Yeah, that's 3 centimeters. So it's the 16 centimeters already in the bottom layer. So it's a little bit short. Okay, so that is my unboxing, and I'll let you know how I get on with it in a review, and thank you for watching.
UK